Hey, warriors. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are releasing another episode of Say Yes or The Yes Process. The Yes Process. So last week we broke down John 5 and 6, right? Will you be made whole? It's a choice. Jesus was talking to the man at the pool of Bethesda, and he asked him, will you be made whole? He wasn't asking because of his physical ability, asking his will you be whole? Because it's about your mindset, right? Your decisions are based out of your belief system. So if you believe that you will be made whole, then your decisions should align with that belief and should lead to manifestation. If you do not believe that you could be made whole, you can say it with your mouth all day long, but your decisions will not produce manifestation because you're making decisions from a current position versus your future position, right? Will you be made whole? What has had you bound for a long period of time? For the man at the pool of Bethesda, it was 38 years of stagnation, of lying by the pool, wishing and hoping somebody would help. What is keeping you from moving forward? Is it grief? Is it your attitude? Is it anger? Is it unforgiveness? Is it bitterness? Is it shame? Is it guilt? Is it self-esteem? Is it confidence? Is it physical? Is it mental? Is it emotional? Is it financial? Right? What is keeping you stagnant? What has a hold of you to where you will not move forward? And then you have to make the decision, will this continue to be your story? Or will you change the outcome? Will you be made whole? So last week I mentioned that some people will say no, whether it's verbally or through their decisions. Again, if you do not believe that you will be made whole, then your decisions are going to come from a place of your current condition or your past trauma or your past failures or your past offenses. It's not going to come from your future destination because your decisions are not aligning with your belief. Some people walk around and say they want to be healed and they say they want to be whole, but they keep rehearsing what happened to them. They keep rehearsing the trauma. They keep rehearsing the pain. That's not healing. When you heal, you have to face that head on, face it, sit in it, get what you need to be able to move forward. It doesn't mean forget. It just means you have to process it and not allow it to hold you hostage. Because the longer that it does, the longer your healing process will take. Will you be made whole? Have you said yes to your healing? Have you said no to your healing? All right. And you know, I have my notes here. God gave us free volitional will. He wants the best for us. He absolutely does. But it's up to us. We have to work with him. He's not going to do it for us. And there's a lot of times that's what we want. God help me. God save me. God do this. God do that. Well, what are you doing to work with him? We work with God, right? He doesn't work for us. We don't work for him. We work together. So what can you do on your end while you waiting on God to move? Because wait is an action word. You waiting for God to move in your finances. You waiting for God to move in your relationship. You waiting for God to move at your job. Okay, so what are you doing to prepare for the move? Will you be made whole? Because there's some things that are blocking us and keeping us from moving forward. It could be our attitude. It could be our lack of forgiveness. We holding on to grudges. We holding on to grief, right? We holding on to offenses, and it's stopping us from moving forward. Will you be made whole? And that's a decision that you have to make every single day. Ask yourself, will I be made whole? Because the decisions that I make throughout this day, throughout this week, throughout this month, throughout this year are going to align with what I truly believe. Doesn't matter what I say. What do I believe? And if you question, well, I think I feel like I could be made whole, but then does your decisions reflect that? Because if they don't, then you don't. If you say that, again, I'm an herbalist, so a lot of things that I talk about is going to deal with your physical health. If you say that you want to get off medications, right? What are medications? Pharmaceutical medications are given to you so that you can continue doing what you're doing. And this medicine is going to help you continue to live longer, supposedly, right? But if you want to get off the medications, that means there needs to be some changes in your life to sustain your health, your body, your mind, right? I want to get off blood pressure medication. Okay, we could definitely do that, but we have to implement some things, right? That's when we get into nutrition. We start talking about the things that you eat. We start talking about stress and inflammation. We start talking about mobility, the exercises that are best for you, the ones that you probably should stay away from. We start talking about all of these things because all of it plays a part in your overall health. Do you want to be made whole, or does it just sound good? Because a lot of people aren't willing to do the work that comes with change, that comes with getting off medication, that comes with the increase in elevation. You don't want to do the work. So if you don't want to do the work, you can't expect the reward. Will you be made whole? We got to ask ourselves that every day when we're making decisions. Will we be made whole? Okay. So what does saying no look like? And we've discussed it. It looks like somebody just rehearsing their problems, rehearsing their pain, rehearsing their trauma. It looks like them doing the opposite of what they say the opposite of what they say they want. I want peace, but you find yourself in chaos because you didn't say no. No is a full sentence. No, I will not be participating. No. Be intentional about your decisions. What are you saying yes to when you should be saying no? What are you saying no to when you should be saying yes? What decisions align with your ultimate goal of being made whole? Okay. What does that look like for you? What is something that you are struggling with? What is something that you want to change? What is it? And what decision aligns with that choice, with what you want? I'm outside, y'all. What decision aligns with what you truly want? I want to lose weight. Okay. Maybe you should start with walking. Don't start out trying to lift 1,000 pounds. Start out a little bit at a time. We try to just jump full-fledged in, and we'll talk about that next week. We just try to jump full-fledged in. I'm going to give it my all, and then you quit. Because you have to work up to it. You can't go from doing 0 exercises to bench pressing 500 pounds. It just doesn't work like that, right? Take your time. Make small implementations. Be consistent with those small implementations. Then grow from there, okay? You want to lose weight? Maybe not eat fast food for 2 days. See if you can do that. If that's no problem for you, great. Do 3 days. That's not a problem. Do 5 days. Right? And keep going until you get to the level that you are, okay, this is a little struggle. Okay, so just stay right there. If eating fast food just once a week is a struggle, that means you're stretching. And God stretches us, right? Because our capacity can be stretched, it can be grown. One thing at a time. So if eating fast food just once a week is hard for you, then just stay right there. And once you're able to eat fast food just once a week, celebrate yourself. You did it. However long it takes, right? When you fail, don't punish yourself. Just be conscious of your decisions and keep your goal ahead of you. I'm trying to lose 20 pounds, or I'm trying to get off medication, or I just want to be more mobile, more active. You can do that. One step at a time. Don't try to take 10, 15, 25 steps at once. It's not going to work. You got burned out real fast because it's too much stress on top of everything else that you got going on. You want to make yourself healthier, your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, your financial health. You want to be made whole in these areas, not cause more stress, not cause more trauma to yourself. So if you say yes to if you say yes to your healing process, right? You're taking one day at a time. You're not going to go from broken to whole overnight. It takes time. It takes learning. It takes surrender. It takes discipline. Man, it takes all of that. And that's what we're going to be getting into next week and the weeks after that. Because when you say yes, now you need to know what you're saying yes to. What are you saying yes to? You're saying yes to his will and not yours. You're saying yes to his way and not yours. You're saying, yes, I'm going to discipline my emotions. Yes, I'm going to discipline my money. Yes, I'm going to discipline my actions. Yes. You're saying no to reacting off of a perceived offense. You're saying no to going certain places, being with certain people. You're saying no to spending your money over here. You're going to put it up. It takes surrender. You have to know who you are. Okay, I struggle in this area. What do I need to do, God? Know the areas that you struggle. Know what your triggers are. Because trust me, as soon as you say yes, the enemy's going to say, I'll bet. Watch this. I'm going to get it a turn. I'm going to get him to change his mind. Because when it gets hard, when it gets hot, we like to jump out the fire. But like my apostle says, you trying to jump out the fire, but you trying to hear well done, but you ain't even, you medium rare. You medium rare trying to holler back, you trying to hear well done. You ain't done yet. You got to get back in the fire. Now it's not comfortable. Yes, it's hot. Very uncomfortable. I'm in the fire myself right now. Very uncomfortable. I don't like it. I don't like it. But I am determined and I am disciplined enough to not take my hands off what God has given me. Because what I want is to fulfill what God has created me to fulfill. What I was created to do, I want to do. So no matter how hot it gets, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not taking my hands off. I've already made it up in my mind. And you got to make it up in your mind before anything else. Or else it's not going to happen. You're going to quit. A lot of people quit on God because they're like, this is not what I signed up for. So let me show you what you signed up for. Okay, we're going to be talking about that next week and the weeks to come because you definitely need to know what sacrifice looks like and what that means. You definitely need to know what discipline, what it looks like, what it means, surrender, what it looks like, what it means, exchanging your ways for his ways, what that looks like, what it means. Because it's not easy. It's not easy following God. It's not easy doing what he told you to do. It's not easy changing your ways. It's not easy healing. But it's so much better than remaining who you are. Being stuck, being stagnant. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Now it's time for movement. It's time for movement. And we're going to do it together. We're going to do it together. I'm going to show you the tools that you need in order to keep going, to keep moving forward. Okay? So whether it's you or somebody that you know, evaluate. Will you be made whole? And if you say, no, it ain't for me right now, then that's fine. It ain't for you right now. You might not be ready to make those sacrifices because it takes a lot. You may not be ready to surrender. You may not be ready for that level of discipline. And my prayer is that God keeps you until you are. Because at some point, enough is going to be enough. And you're going to want change. And you're not going to care what happens. Come hell or high water, I'm going to make a difference. But if you're not there yet, you're not there yet. Right? And it's okay. But no, that you're making are not going to push you forward. Know that what you truly want, you're not going to receive. You really want wholeness. You really want peace. But you're not going to get that making the same decisions that you've been making this whole time. You can't expect different decisions doing the same thing. I mean, different outcomes doing the same thing. It's called insanity. You're doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. It's not going to happen. You have to work. You got to put in the work. You got to roll up your sleeves and do some work. And I am here to help as much as I can. Because I understand. I've been there. It was a time I wasn't ready for this. I'm not ready for surrender. I'm not ready for discipline. I'm not ready for none of that. I just want to do what I do. But doing what I do got me into a whole lot of nonsense, right? And I was stuck and I was stagnant. I was dealing with anger and rage and frustration and shame and guilt and confidence issues. And I'm not saying those things just automatically disappear, but what I'm saying is God is gonna show us how to work through that thing. He's gonna work with you. He's gonna help you in those areas. He's gonna strengthen you in your most inward parts. But you gotta say yes. And you have to be committed to your yes. Okay? All right. So we'll be back next week, next Wednesday, noon. And we'll be talking about what it looks like to say yes. From here on in, that's what we'll be talking about. Yes. What does that look like? What does that require of me? Because your yes requires submission. Are you ready? If you're ready, join me next Wednesday at noon. Talk soon.